We're back with youth life coach Michelle Jeovanny. Now, many of us youth, as co-hosts, will get the opportunity to sit down with Michelle Jeovanny on a camera coaching session. However, David had the opportunity to sit down with her for an emotional, life-changing coaching session. Let's take a look at this.
So what would you like me to coach you on?
I deal with a lot of things from time to time with college life, studio production life, family life. There's a lot of things, and it's hard for me to like juggle with the schedule because sometimes it leads me into stress a lot of times.
Beautiful. So stress is normal. It's a part of life.
Yes.
And it's how we manage the stress that actually gets us going or actually anchors us down. So let's start with, where do you want to be 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, I definitely see myself as an entertainer, TV host, TV personality, doing what I love doing, producing content, not only for the youth, but for everyone else, because my goal is to bring back the golden age of television, like how it was back from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Which is what? Talk to me about the golden age.
Like the golden age where they had like shows where ranges from the Carol Burnett show to like the 90s Family Matters, Home Improvement, Everybody Loves Raymond, the high-rated sitcoms or high-rated shows, basically.
Awesome. So the stress shows up as I'm not getting enough support.
Yes.
People are not doing their part.
Yes.
I'm in this alone.
Yes.
I feel alone.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm carrying all the weight.
Right.
Anything else?
Whenever the conflicts occur, it's like puts me in like a bad negative position where some people see me as the bad guy, but I'm not a bad guy. I'm a very good positive thinker, and I want to try to find a way to like expand on me being a more of a positive person in life.
I love and relate to all the things that you say, because I definitely do think of myself as someone that wants to make a difference worldwide.
Yes.
With the people that actually need it. However, I kind of wish the opposite for you. I want you to get off the hero complex and actually step into your leadership and actually start doing what you do best with this camera in this show, producing what lights you up and being the difference in your local community. And that's going to take you globally. That's going to take you around the world. We need more people to actually fall in love with the things that they're up to than trying to save the world.
Yes.
Because the more we feel, like hence you and this team, that you're constantly putting out fires, and you're getting into these arguments and you're getting into these like differences of opinions where everyone is seeking to be right because everyone wants to feel important in the equation. Whereas, well, how can you create space for people to actually get they matter right now? And they leave your show and they leave the team meetings feeling so empowered and so psyched about what they're up to with the spotlight.
My goodness. This show has been my love for a couple years now. And even as the viewers are watching this, and it's like, I enjoy doing what I do most for the youth in letting them have a voice. Because the show that I started doing really became a life-changing experience for me. Because I get to do this in front of the camera and then just create good content for not only for the youth, but for everyone else that watches the show. Loyalty.
So what is working? What do you appreciate about how things are?
What I appreciate most is the set of the show, the setup of the show, and the way it's formatted. That's what I appreciate most.
the set, how it's formatted?
Yes.
And who are the people that actually make that happen?
It is the people, including myself, who make the show happen.
Who and what type of leader do I get to be to create the difference that I want to make in this moment?
Yes.
So what, can you answer that right now?
Who is the person that I will want to be in the future, right?
What type of leader do you get to be right now to make your dream happen of making a difference?
I get to be someone. What? The only thing I have to do is. I don't know how to answer this.
What type of leader would you listen to?
I would listen to someone who gives out important facts and life lessons in life on where I want to go later on as time goes by. And the people I know I mainly look up to, I know one of them is Whoopi Goldberg, because she has an amazing inspiration that she has not only for youth, but for everyone else in this world.
But let's start focusing on how they do what they do. Because if you're only focused on getting to the mountaintop, you're going to either get there, and it's going to be one painful, conflicting journey with highs and lows, or you're going to infuse a lot of joy and gratitude along the way and start exercising the nurturing, the holding space for others, the connecting and relating with people on a human to human. Like I get, when I see you, Dave, I see someone that is really hard on themselves and takes themselves seriously, but also not so seriously.
Right.
Like your humor draws me in.
Yes.
Right? Like I get your heart. And then at the same time, I see someone that's really hard on himself and someone that wants to get it right. And you may lose people along the way if you're so consumed with just getting there.
Oh, no.
It's how you get there that also matters. And thanking them along the way. And making sure that if my vision is for the youth to feel like they matter and their voices are heard, then let me start practicing that now with my team and with every person I encounter, that they get their voice matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. There's a lot of things I remember just from that moment. Like, I have to focus on myself in order, if I want to get to that mountaintop, I have to, like, take a few steps back and, like, focus on myself. And that was one of, like, the biggest takeaways I've ever gotten. And I owe a personal dedication to you on that here.
Wow.
So,
Thank you.
do you want to, like, leave any final words, even as we exit this segment, or, like, what should we, like, any advice here?
I think that, first of all, I want to acknowledge you for putting yourself in the hot seat in front of all of your viewers. I think as the youth, we are always in this conversation of like, what is it that I want? And I want to be this thing. And we're always focused on getting to the mountaintop. And then when you go into adulthood and you start adulting, that gets amplified 1,000 times because you're so preoccupied with getting there. And my advice to all of us is to bring the joy along the process and to fall in love with how we get to the mountaintop is just as important with not just getting there.
Yes.